Hello, YouTube. Dave with RPD Motorsports, or One Bad GM on Instagram. Some of you may know me. Just wanted to do kind of a tech tip for some of you newer guys getting into this. Maybe some of you older guys that don't know how to do this testing either. This is my wastegate here, my PW46. I've got a CO2 car, the 100 PSI fixed pressure regulator for the dome control, aka boost control. Got a dome pressure sensor that monitors that. So I noticed when I would cycle my key, when I went to test my solenoids, they were going just crazy, right? Usually that's a sign of a leak. You usually have a target at idle or target key on, engine off. And you'll notice if the solenoids go crazy, you generally have a leak because you're not able to reach your target. You're not getting close enough to your target. So what I want to show you guys today is a simple way to test it with a few simple tools, a couple things from the hardware store, your local truck stop, get this DOT brake line. So what I did, obviously I got my dome pressure sensor on top, that's CO2 coming in depending on what I command, right? Bottom, you got your spring or your diaphragm lift, so you can dump exhaust out so you don't overboost. So this is a 1/4-inch brake fitting, DOT brake fitting, swivel, DOT air brake line, not the cheap shit. Get good airline, get good fittings. So first thing I did was hook up my testing tool. Looks something like this. It's like that, airline, then a union. Then I had to transfer it over to a compression fitting. Just was kind of working with the fittings that I had laying around here. Then what this is this is a valve stem for like a tire or something like that. And what I do is hook it to the top of the gate for pressure testing. This guy, doing this with one hand. So got that guy hooked up, right? Now what we're gonna do is hook up compressed air. Got a small air compressor over there for this. Right, so what we're gonna do, I got 100 PSI fixed on the dome with CO2 usually. So I'm gonna duplicate that. We're gonna go up to 100 PSI. And it's leaking down there at my fitting, so I readjust that. All right, let's try this again. All right, so I'm at about 100 PSI. What I'm gonna do now, is we're gonna watch for leaks. It dropped to 62, 64, about 66 when I took my airline off. But nonetheless, whether it's 50 PSI, 60 PSI, 100 PSI, 200, just know what your fixed pressure is. Set it to that fixed pressure. What I like to do, Dawn and water, really soapy combination. I like to spray it down. Spray your air fittings, spray where your diaphragm seals all around. Your dome pressure goes in, your input, and the top of the gate. Now, before I fix the leaks, I had a leak around the entire diaphragm. I had just kind of pinched it when I went to tighten it down. So I popped that back in place, resealed it, and that leak was fixed. Thought she was all done, and I noticed my gauge was still dropping, right? So what I did is I sprayed on top of the gate, and I noticed that it was leaking up top here. So I pulled that fitting out and resealed it, because I haven't been resealed in a while. And that's how I test for wastegate leaks. It's a simple tool. I don't have to sit there and guess whether your wastegate, whether you have boost creep issue, whether your wastegate's leaking or not. When you can build this simple little tool, hook it up to some air. Probably costs $5 to build this thing. Yeah, it's a good testing method. And you can do this for the bottom. So make sure when you apply air to the bottom of the diaphragm, it's not leaking pass as well. So yeah, there's a quick tech tip for you guys. Any questions, comment down in the comment section below and let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook,